Hey y'all, I'm Bethany Laurel, and welcome back to Inner Evolution, where we discuss all things QHHT, hypnosis, past life regression, consciousness in general, and even a little tarot life coaching every once in a while. Although I don't have too many of those videos up right now, but I plan to do them more as things go along if there is some interest. So if you are interested in that, put it in the comments and just let me know. What I've got for you today is really interesting. It's a two-parter. So the first part is the interview with the person that had the session. And this is months later. So this is kind of a retrospective interview about her session. And then afterwards is the full session. Now, I did cut off the higher self portion because she had some sensitive information in there that she did not want on YouTube, which is totally normal and fine. And so that part is cut off, but really the meat and potatoes of her session is still there. And her session is a little bit unusual in that she had a lot of traumatic experiences. She just went from one scenario to the next, where these awful things were kind of happening. And it's because she was going through so much in her current life at that time. And so, although she had all these traumatic experiences in her past life regressions, she did not feel those emotions. And I thought that that was a really important reason to put this video on here, is because some people feel like, gosh, if I go into a past life regression, it's going to be traumatic. Maybe I was in a war or, burned at the stake, or, you hear about all those kind of things, but you can really detach from whatever's going on. So it's almost like reading a book or watching a movie or anything like that, where you're kind of just a little bit detached. So I thought it was important to share that and to talk about that. So, again, the first part is her interview, and the second part is the session. So, enjoy. So, hi, Lisa. You have had an appointment when I
Mhm.
was first beginning my process with QHHT. And I want to kind of understand what drew you to wanting to have this done.
So I started it when I was pregnant and I absolutely loved it. It was past life regressions, and the therapist I was seeing moved to Florida, and he's really big now, and his schedule's booked, and it wasn't accessible to me at the for the time. And then I don't know how I saw that you were available doing this. Oh, I think it was my friend posted a story on Instagram that she was either on her way or coming back, and I thought I need to do that. I need to do that. And
Absolutely.
and then it just became searching you out and finding how to get in with you.
Perfect. Okay, so tell for people who have never had one before or are just kind of curious about this whole process, how did it strike you? Like tell about your process,
Well,
or
the
what it was like
process
for you.
wasn't totally unfamiliar because it has parallels to what I experienced with the other hypnotherapy, and it's very not the same, but there's a similarity to how you kind of follow your consciousness in to what I was doing with patients in the somatic world, integrating a cognitive exercise with a somatic practice. And so the way I take people through the journey of their subconscious, there was parallels to it. We're doing two different things, but just having that process experience with the process made it feel familiar.
So what I remember your hypnosis really
Yeah,
vividly, because it
it was
was
wild,
very active, kind of wild. Let's
very
kind of like
dark.
tell about it. Yeah, tell about it. Kind of like from a little summary, start to finish kind of thing.
I just remember continuing to be taken to different scenes, if you would, of just gruesome, horrific things. You know, every transition was me running from something or being meeting my end in a very violent way. And everything was just violence and it kind of started and I'm wondering what am I seeing here? Because there's always this skeptic that's always living inside, and also the very scientific part of myself that tries to explain if hypnosis is a completely unreal thing, if there's no such thing as past lives, and if there's if all of this is nothing, then what is this? And so I kind of span the spectrum of trying to interpret what I'm looking at from the perspective of this is completely real, and I'm really seeing things that I have lived through in a prior life, which now so many things make sense. Then also, if it's the scientific thing, our brain creates dreams and images to make stories for us to make sense of things and make something so entirely intangible tangible to us. So I try to process things from those two paths.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe even come up with a hybrid of it. Like some of it
Right,
is from
right,
actual past life experiences, and
right.
others are being presented for your highest benefit from your own
Right, exactly.
subconscious.
From I try to kind of run through the whole gamut of possibilities, and I think it allows you to open yourself up to multiple perspectives, multiple explanations, and multiple avenues to take it and do something with it. So as far as being taken from one insane thing to another, there was no, lighthearted, just lovely things. It was all very dark. And I remember asking you, so is that normal? You're like, well, not really. I haven't seen anything quite like this before.
Yeah, yours was
So,
really cool and unique in that sense. You had a lot to
yeah.
process, you know what I mean? So,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yes. And I've always wondered, why, and now relating back to I mentioned before we started this March timeline, and we met in April. March, my um great, or not my his great, my son just walked in. My son's great grandmother, who we call Super Oma, my grandmother, who I call Oma, passed away, and it sort of opened up an existential crisis and contemplating mortality and having to come to the awareness that this is my time to become accepting of my own mortality, and that this vessel will not go on forever. And what is this vessel, and how do I exist outside of it? And I'm very attached to it. And your process that you took me through really was evident why I would be so attached to a physical form, because in these lives that you took me through, or I saw, or helped guide me to see, I was violently and abruptly taken from my vessel so many times. So it would make sense that each lifetime subsequently, I would be more and more attached to it and try to cling on to it harder and harder and harder, as you would with anything. You take anything away from anybody abruptly, when you get it back, you tend to form a stronger attachment to it. And so I'm seeing that as the possibility of why I was shown, and the answer to my question of why am I so afraid of this thing that's so inevitable and inherent to life. And I feel like those answers have been coming to me organically from source through other people. I recently had a patient who may only have a couple years to live because of a diagnosis. He's in his 70s, and and somehow death came up, and he's like, I'm fine with it. And I go, how? I said, were you ever afraid? He said, of course. When I was younger, of course. And he said, I think just as you get older, you just are okay with it. And I see that like around 70, it seems like maybe, and the people in my life tend to shift over, like, I'm okay, I'm okay. And so that becomes the surrender and the trust that it's all a process, and we're here. And it makes sense that a young person would have such a strong attachment, because we're built for survival, we're built to live. Our mechanism entirely from a trauma informed perspective is to survive. And so if we weren't attached to our physical form so strongly, we wouldn't have that drive for survival.
Right.
So these are all the things that I have become aware of since our session, that are flooding in and raising my ability to reflect and come to sense of things.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's kind of talk about the actual like logistics of being inside there and what it was like for you. Because one of the things that stands out for me, and I actually have a little short
Hmm.
on my YouTube channel that has this little part right there, is where you were kind of in the black and you were like on the edge of a dimension
Oh yeah.
looking in. So tell me about
Hmm.
that. How did it present for you? I mean, did it look like a dream? Like, how did it look in your mind's eye for you? How did you experience it?
I mean, from what I remember, I think in the moment it was one of those opportunities to show you can look at something from the outside. It was the symbolism, maybe symbolism or a realism of you're not in your body, you're in between dimensions, and you're feeling okay. You're not like
You're
you
still
can
you.
yes, and you're not housed within solid walls, but you're still okay.
Hmm.
And this is another um way to look at moving beyond the physical, because depending on who you listen to, there is this um teaching that you are possibly just entering another dimension, another layer of reality.
Hmm.
So it's all I think just showing different ways of looking at death, which is, I think, what we talked about. I specifically also wanted to know. I mean, I had a lot of questions about a lot of things, but this is always the work, something I've always wanted to conquer at a young age so that I could move through life with just an inner layer of content and peace
Yeah. Yeah.
and acceptance,
Yeah.
And I joke with everybody, I'm going to make it to 120. But now I've always said that I'm living to 120, but what I'm trying to change it to is I'm striving to live to 120, but I'm striving to reach acceptance if I don't,
Right.
and to be grateful for every day,
Hmm.
and to accept that tomorrow might not be promised.
And kind of what did you take away from the session? Like, what did
Well,
you?
all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't happen in one moment.
No.
You don't walk out of there like, oh, this is everything that I got out of this. You don't really know what just hit you in the moment, but it takes all of this time. And then looking back, that, oh, this is everything I've gotten from that. This is part of the whole thing that I've been manifesting. That was a critical part of the process,
Hmm.
or a step along the way in manifesting that piece, to be shown these dimensions of my life that explain why, and then also another lens to look through of, hey, remember this? You were okay, you know.
Right. Okay, so
So,
that kind of leads me to what you're doing right now. When I asked you about doing this interview, you had this amazing new project that you have developed.
mhm.
Tell me about that. Give me all the details about that because I know that people watching probably would be really interested in what you're doing.
So I started a community, and access to courses. It's through a platform called Heartbeat, and it's a community for moms who are having to parent through extenuating life circumstances, just excessive hardship beyond, parenting's already hard, and then you have to add poverty, you have to add family court, you have to add post-separation abuse of another kind, or the death of a spouse, or a sick child, or you yourself are sick, or you have a parent that is sick, and navigating loss, or you're just having too many things hit you at once, that you're having it, there's a storm and you have to parent through the storm. And so this program was born out of a storm, and I wanted to make resources available to women and community available to women. It's going global, but within it, there's local community spaces so that women can form their village for themselves. Many women who are enduring these circumstances are also experiencing family betrayal, and their origin families are not serving them in the manner that one would hope. And so it's a space to retreat to find community, to find peer-to-peer support, um, to learn about nervous system regulation. How do you heal when you're just surviving? Is that even possible? How in the world would you do that? Because it doesn't feel possible to be able to heal when you're in the thick of it. And while, you know, some aspects are not, there are so many opportunities to at least find spaces of regulation and to make it more realistic. There's so many programs that are like, oh, the no yelling and the method and um the like gentle parenting and calm this and calm that. And it's like that's all wonderful if you have a spouse, if you have support, and if you have financial resources. But what about when you've got nothing? How am I supposed to find this? So it is a paid membership, but I've always stood my ground in terms of making things accessible to people who absolutely just cannot afford it. You know, I'm going to trust that it will provide for myself and my son, and I'll still be able to donate memberships to those in need who need the support. I don't want finances to ever be a barrier to anybody. And I've always done that in my own practice. If someone just couldn't afford it, I'll just say, well, what can you? We'll figure it out. We will
Right.
figure it out, because cost should not be a barrier to support.
Right.
So that's my hope. And I hope to build in some kind of additional layer that will manifest in the future, that will be someone's in crisis and there's going to be financial resources, or just members of the community that can come and meet them where they're at and provide support and care. And it's called Soul Parenting, SOUL, Surviving Overburdened, Under-Resourced Life.
I love that. And I will, there's going to be a little thing on the screen, and I'll put a link in the description. What can someone expect if they go to your website? What, immediate resources will they be able to tap into?
Well, when you actually go in and join, there's just a basic membership and then an all access membership. The basic membership is threads of communities and discussion. I post, it's a theme of just anything that's a struggle that we take and try to normalize and reduce shame about and around. So a lot of it is moms supporting moms, moms saying this is my struggle, and it's very protected. There's no bullying tolerated or no negative comments. There's a format you have to follow when you go in and post. You have to be explicit. I'm just looking for someone to hold space for my experience, or I'm explicitly asking for advice. That's a requirement to post so that we don't welcome any unnecessary commentary or any inviting any bullying. So we express clearly the need. I just need to vent, or I'm looking for advice, and then we can respond appropriately. There is areas in there where you can request a topic that we go over. And then there is resource sharing. So if you are a person that is entrepreneurial and you have your own thing going on, you can plug yourself in this section and share the things that you're doing, and we can support each other in our business ventures. And then there's product sharing. Like, I have this awesome thing, you should do it. You can go in there. And I'm gonna start, I'm realizing now humor is incredibly necessary. So I think I'm going to create a new channel that's all just like sharing lives from stories from the battlefield, like funny stuff. And the all access membership is all of that. And then also access to a 62 lesson course on nervous system regulation, also a whole host of parenting resources, tools to use with your kids, activities to do with your kids, scripts for when you just don't know what to say, things like that. And the whole part of the whole focus as far as it goes with parenting resources is we focus on repair because ruptures are inevitable when you're navigating a storm. There's no way you're holding it together. You're going to end up screaming at your kids. You're going to blunder, and we cannot be having shame around that. We have to accept it, and we're going to transmute it into something powerful that you can harness to build connection, strengthen your bond with your child, and even find humor in it. You can take these situations and create healing stories around them. That's another thing in there is I have a template to basically healing stories where you take a situation and you make a funny story out of it. Children heal through stories. And so we can heal our ruptures through stories. So there's a lot going on in there.
I love it. I love it. Well, I really appreciate you kind of letting my viewers know what your experience is like. And I bet some of my viewers would be really interested in what you're doing as well. So it was a great
Mhm.
collaboration. Do you have any kind of final words for anybody that is kind of curious about past life regression or hypnosis in general or fearful around it?
Well, I would say because a lot of people say, well, I can't be hypnotized. I would say I would say I'm one of those people, but it is still monumentally beneficial to go through it because you can still be someone that needs to be in control and have agency over their consciousness at all times and still benefit. It's just a different experience. For me, it was just I'm here, but I'm just basically daydreaming. Whereas somebody else might experience that full going under, but it was still very beneficial. So that shouldn't be a barrier to seeking this type of thing. The perception that you can't be hypnotized or that you just are too afraid to lose that control. That is that there's still so much benefit to it, even if you view yourself that way.
Would you say, I've heard that saying, like all hypnosis is self hypnosis? Would you say there is an aspect of allowing that
Well,
occurs in
for
order to
sure.
get there?
Yeah, there has to be a thread of allowing, but you don't have to fully succumb
Right.
to an altered state of consciousness, if you will. I don't even know if you would really call it that, but that's the way my brain thinks of it is I'm afraid of it because I think I'm going to enter an altered state of consciousness and that scares me. That's kind of what I think of it going in, but that's not you can still allow and still bet and you can yes, there is allowing, but it's not a full um loss of control, I guess.
Right. You're not being like tranquilized or something like
No,
that.
no, that's a good way of putting it. No, there's
Yeah.
no tranquilizing. Yes, I still saw vivid things, but I never felt under. I never felt sleepy.
Mhm.
I never felt groggy or tranquilized, as you say.
Right, right. Well, I really appreciate your time today, Lisa. This was really good. So, and like I said, I'll put all your information down in the description. Is there any last things that you want to say about your stuff or hypnosis in general, or just any kind of final words?
I guess just my passion in life is healing from trauma and whole person wellness. And I would be so honored to support any mama who is just going through it because I've been there and I'm not on the other side per se. We still have our major challenges, but you can find joy and presence again, even in the storm.
Well, amazing. Well, thank you so much, Lisa. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Welcome.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
welcome.
All
Okay.
right. We'll see ya. What do you see?
Well, before you were bringing me down, I felt like I was dropped suddenly into like uh um oh gosh, when would this era be? Like maybe 1800s or something.
Interesting.
Like as you were taking me there, it was weird because I was almost getting dizzy because it was like my mind wanted to take me there fast, and suddenly it didn't want to get there slowly. So I was already there before you took me there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was fighting it because I was like, no, I got to stay with her voice and follow her voice. But then that was making me dizzy. So I just kind of got ahead of you and dropped in there.
Love it.
It just dropped me on my feet. And so I was like, okay, I'll just wait for the cloud to get here because I was ahead of the cloud. And then, but before that, I was looking at I don't know what the building is, maybe a saloon with those doors that you push open and they swing shut.
Yeah.
But it's like dirt. There's no dirt road, like an old 1800s village or something.
Beautiful.
And I'm wearing the old clothes and everything. And
nice.
I don't really see much to my left, but I keep turning to my right and I see the building with the doors, and that seems to be the most in focus.
Nice.
So maybe I'm supposed to go in there or something. I don't know.
Well, let's just wait a second. I want you to look down at your feet.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to describe what your feet look like.
They're like wearing those old boots that women wore back then, pink dress.
Nice. Are you wearing any jewelry, or are you carrying anything?
I can't really see my hands. I can only see my feet.
Nice. Well, look slowly up your body and take in what your dress looks like.
I see it's like pale pink.
Nice. Do you notice any details about it?
No, it just had his buttons all the way down the front.
Okay, good. Now can you look at your hands?
It's like I can, but it's almost like they don't feel part of me. It's like I'm looking at someone else's arms.
Interesting.
Almost.
Okay, good.
And it's like the lace wrists and maybe like a pearl ring or something, but they're not super clear.
Nice.
And they don't feel like, it's almost like somebody's wrapping their arms around me and bringing their arms out to the front, but they're not, maybe not mine, but they don't feel like mine. I don't know, it's kind of weird.
Good. So you're looking around and you see that saloon. You think you should go in there. How about we go in there and see what's going on in there?
Okay. It does seem like a bar or something. And there's like an old man with white hair at the bar.
Oh.
Nobody else is in there.
How does it feel to be in there?
I'm thinking like a little, like I'm tense, like I'm supposed to do something in there, but it's a big thing and I'm nervous about it.
Do you get the sense of what you're supposed to be doing in there?
No.
Okay. Tell me more about what you see in the room and what that man behind the bar looks like and what he's doing.
He's drying a glass, but kind of leaned over what is that thing called? The bar, I guess. Leaning on his elbows, drying a glass, and just kind of looking at me, glancing over, kind of give me a little nod. He's got white hair all the way around, probably early 70s, maybe.
Is there anybody else in there?
I don't think so.
Okay, what happens next?
Well, I just said, I'm like, what am I supposed to do here?
Well,
he's not answering.
Okay.
Maybe it just takes a minute. I don't know.
All right. So now we're going to move away from that scene and we're going to drift and float and drift to where you sleep. You're there now. What do you see?
Like where I sleep in that time?
Yes.
I'm in a very simple twin bed with very simple wooden furniture around me. wood floor. Kind of just smells like that old musty, those old musty old houses.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's musty or the wood.
Good. Is anyone else
I'm upstairs.
with you?
I don't think so.
Do you get the sense of how old you are in this life?
I'm getting the word 17.
Oh, very good.
That was just like it just kind of came into my head 17.
That's
but
right. That's the one.
I don't know that I feel 17. I just heard 17 before anything.
I love that.
But I don't necessarily, I almost feel a little older, but I heard 17, so I don't know.
Good. All right. So now we're going to drift and float during a time that you're eating a meal. You're there now.
Okay.
What do you see?
Corn on the cob.
Oh, nice.
Maybe like a pot roast type of thing.
Good.
The gravy.
Can you taste the food at all?
Very salty, but fresh.
Interesting. Now, is there anyone there with you?
I think there is, but they're not coming in clear. Somebody to my right, a male, older, but I can't make them out. I can just sense that they're a male and that they're very fuzzy.
Okay. Good.
And maybe there's someone in the kitchen, a woman, farther away.
Interesting.
But again, they're not clear.
Okay. Can you see the table?
Yes, it's like a very light colored wood. Put my hands on the table.
Nice. Is there anything else about that scene that seems important or that you'd like to describe before we move on?
There's a fireplace to my left.
Do you get the sense that the person in the kitchen is someone close to you?
I almost feel like it's an aunt.
Interesting. And do you get the sense of who that man is?
Not close to him.
Okay.
I don't think it's an uncle. I think it's like a person in the village that was there for dinner.
Okay. Good. All right. So now we're going to move away from that scene, drifting and floating and drifting to what you do during the day, to how you spend your time during the day, your occupation or your hobby. What are you doing?
I feel like I'm washing clothes and brushing a horse.
Oh, nice. Okay. Tell me about that.
I feel very close to this horse. Like something very significant. I'm like very close to this horse.
Oh, nice. What does the horse look like? Tell me about it.
Brown, shiny. He's like leaning his head into me and I'm hugging it and I'm feeling sad, like grief of some kind.
Oh, do you get the sense of why you're feeling grief?
Maybe my parents died.
Okay. Do you think that's who that was, that you were staying with a family?
No, those were not my parents for sure.
Okay. Maybe that was who you were staying with because your parents passed.
Maybe. I feel like this horse is trying to comfort me.
Oh, nice. What kind of energy do you get from him?
We're very close. Like he's my I don't know, like my best friend, he's my everything.
Good. All right. Look around. What else is going on in this scene?
People are just walking around doing their thing. I feel like I'm crying into the horse.
Oh.
And I'm asking it, why me?
Do you receive an answer?
Just a nudge of his head.
Mm-hmm. Good. What happens next?
Ooh.
What happened?
I feel like somebody's aggressively like taking me away somewhere.
Oh, so
Like
maybe you're
somebody
saying
came to
goodbye.
grab me and I'm being like violently separated
Oh,
from something. Maybe I knew I was being taken, so I don't know, but like, whoa.
do you get the sense of where you're going?
Like 2 men are taking me somewhere and I keep looking back at my horse.
Do you get the sense that you know where you're going?
I feel like I'm being taken to be killed.
To be killed? Why do you suppose you're being taken to be killed?
I don't know. Like my mind wants to say maybe I was a witch, but I'm not being told that. Like as a knowing, it's just like I'm wondering, but I'm not knowing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Maybe I don't know why I'm being taken away, but I just knew I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like I'm being taken to a guillotine, but
Okay.
that was the first thing that came. When these men started coming, I saw a flash of a guillotine.
Okay, good. You're doing really good.
But they're just still taking me, walking me. It's like far.
Okay.
But they're not talking. So I don't really know what's going on. I just feel that really major distancing from my horse and it's like freaking me out.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling like a lot of grief, like almost I want to cry.
Right. Well, let's drift and float and drift away from that scene back in time to where you find out why you're being taken away. You're there now.
Okay, I'm back in the kitchen next to that man. He must be there to tell me, or not kitchen, that table,
Mm-hmm.
like where I was before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think I had some relations with somebody.
Aha. Okay. What else do you?
Maybe like the mayor's son or something.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm getting a little warm. Can I move my arm?
Yes, absolutely.
Let's see. I keep hearing you shouldn't have done that.
Mm-hmm.
Here, one second. This little guy. So we can make sure we hear all your adventures. There we go. You shouldn't have done that. What were you thinking?
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying, I was in love. I'm in love.
Okay.
And he said, you know what they're going to do to you. And I say, I know. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not going in the guillotine.
Okay.
They walked me past it.
Okay.
I think they're going to shoot me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm being taken back to the moment of them taking me.
Okay.
And I'm being put on my knees with my hands tied behind my back.
Okay.
And they're standing behind me with a gun.
Okay. Well, whatever has happened and whatever happened has happened. You're now drifting and floating away from that scene to the other side. You're now on the other side of that. Whatever has happened, and you're now on the other side of that. You're there now. What do you notice?
Not much. I just see white everywhere. Nothing really there. I'm just like feeling like I'm sitting in the feeling of all that.
Yeah.
It's like I like it. like, holy crap, I really feel that. Like, that experience, I feel that anxiousness, that sadness, the grief, the fear. I'm just like feeling all of that right now.
Right.
In my body.
Look around you.
It's like the room is half black here and then white here on a diagonal. I'm still wearing those Western clothes though.
Nice. Okay, good.
But I'm not really sure that I'm standing in anything in particular. I just see like white this way, black here, and the line cutting the contrast in the middle, but it's diagonal. There's like almost a block-like protrusion here and a block, some like different geometric depth to certain aspects of it. I don't necessarily feel my feet on a surface. I feel like I'm kind of floating, but looking into this.
Interesting.
But not floating, but just like not in a formed space. And I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. Just that's all I see.
Good. Do you notice anything else?
When I turn around, I just see I feel like I'm just staring into the universe. Expansive, just seeing the stars.
Beautiful. Tell me about that.
Well, this is what I used to see when I was a kid, and I would go into these panic attacks and I would just be like floating in space and panicking. But at the moment, I'm not panicking.
Yeah.
And I'm not traveling. I'm just static.
Right. You're just there.
And I'm just looking at the stars and staring out and looking around.
Nice.
It just is kind of at the moment. I'm just kind of confused. And then I turn around and look back into this black, but now the white is underneath and the black is on top.
Interesting. And what do you get the sense of what those two represent?
It almost looks like there's like a staircase forming this way.
Oh, nice.
And it's going down somewhere.
Oh. What else do you notice?
A railing is coming beside it. Like a railing came up, like go down the stairs kind of thing.
Oh. Do you get the sense that you want to go down the stairs?
I do. I would like to know what's up with that.
Well, let's go down the stairs and see what is there for you.
It's not a long staircase. It's taking me and dropping me into a meadow with very, very, very tall grass. And what's interesting is I wonder if this is connecting to the other hypnotherapy sessions, because I've been here before. And this was a session to help me feel safe. And I was with Mia baby and being wrapped in purple wrapping with a carriage being pushed to the meadow, and I'm back in that place that I was taken to before. But this time I'm not me as the baby. I'm that person dressed in the Western clothes looking at the mom and baby as a separate person, just looking at them. Whereas originally I was the baby. And I just see the mom is ethnic, wrapped in purple, and the baby's wrapped in purple. And there's like a buggy, but she's holding the baby. And we're in this very, very tall grass. For as long as I can see, there might be like a white house in the distance.
And how does it feel to be in this space?
Right now, I just feel confused why I'm here. Like, why am I here? Because this was a really wonderful space when I first was taken here. But there must be something that was unfinished about it, because I'm back here.
And what kind of energy sense do you get from the mother and her baby?
Now I'm getting a sense that they're escaping from something.
Okay, good. What else do you notice?
That the scene behind her is crumbling away, and now things feel more urgent.
Mm-hmm.
Like she has to get out of there quickly, and I'm taking her arm and running with her.
Okay, where do you run?
Into the forest. There's a cabin, and we get in the cabin and lock the door, turn out the lights, and sit down on the floor. And it's like all the scene is dissolving up until the cabin, and it's almost like that cabin was protected because it can't go past it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's coming around it like so.
Interesting.
Like almost a windstorm dissolving the scene,
Mm-hmm.
but it can only go so far.
Mm-hmm.
It's very strange.
What else do you notice?
That's kind of so it's almost like it warped backwards, and now something is forming again backwards, but now it's like a dirt road. Like the field was cleared, the scene reestablished,
Mm-hmm.
but now there's a big dirt road going through the middle of it. And I think that yellow house is still in the distance. I can't see where the road is going. I just see a very wide dirt path road through it.
And are you still in the same clothes? Look down at yourself now.
Like I know that I'm in there with them, but my vantage point is on the outside right now.
Okay.
I'm not in her body inside the cabin. I'm looking at the scene from the outside.
Okay, good.
I'm not in her anymore. Now I'm not sure what I am. I'm just kind of formless.
Okay.
I see it, but I have no body that I'm in.
Okay, good. Nice. And how does it feel to be just floating there with no body, watching all this unfold?
I feel like I'm just a neutral observer.
Nice.
I'm not.
What happens next? What are you starting to notice now?
It's just kind of static there for a moment for now.
Nice. All right.
Maybe people are coming in on a horse and buggy, traveling through.
Interesting. Do you get the sense of you know who they are? Are they just random people? Tell me about it, what you're noticing.
I feel like somebody's looking for me too.
Okay, who's looking for you?
Maybe I must have gotten away in that other scene because I feel like they're searching for me. Like it was almost like I went into the future and grabbed people and brought them back to the past when I was being held captive.
Interesting.
And now those people are looking for me, but I don't know how I would have gotten away because it really seemed like I was about to get shot in the head.
Right.
But now I'm here, and there's these people looking for someone on a horse and buggy going through the forest, but they don't really notice that cabin there. They don't concern themselves with it. They just drive past.
What happens next? Are you still floating and watching as an observer?
It's almost like I'm the edge of a dimension, and I can see the edge of that dimension where this is the scene, but then it's just blackness on the other side.
Wow.
And I'm actually on the outside of that in the blackness, looking into it.
Interesting. And if you look behind you, it's that same
It's just
stars.
Now it's just blackness behind me. Don't really see any stars or anything. It's just nothing.
Wow. Are you noticing anything else? Does anything else catch your attention?
I would normally be very afraid of that, but I don't sense fear at the moment. I don't feel fear.
What do you feel?
Just kind of nothing. Thirsty.
Okay, good. Nice.
I see the me, I guess, and the two people coming out of the cottage and running this way, the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm.
And she left the buggy out there, and that's still there. And so she's grabbing the buggy, the mom and the baby,
Mm-hmm.
and we're all just running together, I guess, to that yellow house.
Interesting. What else are you noticing?
We're just running.
Are you still on the outside watching it like it's...
I feel like I'm slowly integrating back with the person in the pink.
Okay.
And that dimension is kind of closing up, and now I'm back in her body running with them. But I still have that sense that there's that we're at the edge of a dimension on my right, and just have a sense of that blackness on the other side. But I'm in, and it's almost like it feels like what I would imagine it would feel like if you were in like a giant gymnasium and you were running right next to the wall and just having that sense that the wall is right there. But technically I'm in a field, but I just have that feeling like, oh, there's like something right here, an edge of something. And
interesting.
I'm running towards the house. Don't seem to be getting there though.
Just keep running without making any progress. Okay. Is anything else catching your attention?
It's almost like I'm running, but I'm not actually moving through space, but like a treadmill. It's almost like the scene is coming to me, but I'm standing still, but I'm running like a belt underneath me, the scene towards me.
Do you get the sense if you're pulling it to you, or if it's...
like, yeah, maybe in a like if it was hooked up to a pulley system or something.
Okay.
And now the house is to my left, like right here.
Okay. What happens now?
I guess we're gonna go into the house.
Do you get the sense that you want to go into the house? Okay. Let's go in. What do you see around you?
There's a white, maybe vanity right here to my right. A floral couch. This doesn't look like I'm in the 1800s. This wouldn't be a house in the 1800s.
So you've changed time?
But I'm still wearing my 1800s dress.
Interesting.
I can't really figure out. The furniture just looks... I mean, I really don't know how to place.
Do you get the sense of why you're in there or what the house is there for?
I just keep... The only word that came to me is family. That's all I heard. I just heard family.
Okay.
Family, clock ticking.
Interesting.
I guess I'm not getting complete sentences today.
Well, that's how spirit many times communicates, and your higher self communicates with you. There's a message there. Can you get the sense of what that message is trying to tell you?
I keep getting, don't go. Clock is ticking, don't go.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe like a sense of urgency, but I'm feeling the clock is ticking. But just settle down. Slow it down.
Okay, good. Is that other person and their baby still with you?
No, I feel like they left out the other door.
Okay.
In the back. I feel like they're not there anymore.
They're doing their own thing. And you're just here experiencing this house.
I feel like I'm looking at a clock now, like a grandfather clock.
What does that look like?
Well, I just saw one recently in my neighbor's house. It looks like hers. Just the giant with that thing that goes like this.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a little tiny clock on the top of it. And it's one of those analog clocks.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Analog?
Where the hands move?
It's at, let's see, I think that would be at 10:30. The time is 10:30 on there.
Nice. Okay. Good. Is there anything else that you notice that you think is important?
That floral couch. I'm going to sit on it.
Okay.
I think there's a book in front of me.
Oh, what does the book look like?
It might be a photo album.
Oh. Can you open it up?
Yeah, I feel like I'm staring at like really gruesome images, but nothing is coming in clear. Like really horrific, gruesome things. But I'm like not wanting to look at them.
Okay. Well, you don't have to look at them by all means.
So, but I'm wanting to know why these are here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to page to the back and see if there's anything different in the back.
Okay.
And I'm just at the pages where there's no pictures and they're just white.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just sitting there going, what the heck is this?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, I don't get it. Why are these horrible, gruesome photos in this album?
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. All right. Is there anything else about that scene that you think is important before we move on?
I feel, maybe this is a nightmare. I don't know. I feel like there's somebody underneath the couch and they're trying to grab my ankles. Like somebody dressed in black. Like, oh, this feels weird. Like this was a trap and I was led here. And those pictures were what this person that's hiding did to other people.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, look at what I'm going to do to you.
Okay.
But I didn't know that in the moment of this person grabbing my ankle, hiding under the couch. I realized in that moment what it was.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of violence here. What is going on? Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's move away from that if you want to.
Well, I'm curious. I mean, this is what my brain is doing.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Maybe I have like a really dark subconscious. I don't know. Or maybe I've just had a lot of trauma in past lives. I don't know.
That could be the case.
He has a knife. I think he tried to slice my Achilles tendons, but he missed and then grabbed my ankle instead.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to pull away. But for some reason, he's having trouble making his knife contact me.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, and he's having a hard time getting out from under the couch. And I'm getting the sense this isn't going how he had planned.
Mm-hmm. Do you get the sense that you're going to get away from him?
I do. I can't see how, but I think I was able to turn myself around and kick him in the face.
Okay, good.
I was able to pick up the knife somehow, and I sliced his wrist because he was still holding on to me.
Mm-hmm.
He let go, and now I'm running out the house.
Good. Now what's happening? What are you noticing?
I'm running down. There's like a steep staircase out the back, so that's taking a while to run down. And now I'm running through a meadow. That woman with the purple is still up ahead.
Okay.
Of me, so they're there, but they're up ahead.
And what happens next?
I feel like now I'm driving a blue car.
Okay.
And I'm wearing different clothes now. Like,
Okay,
I see
great.
a white shirt and jean shorts.
Yep. Did you get the sense if you're a female or a male?
I'm thinking a female.
Okay.
I feel angry.
Okay.
Like I'm speeding, and I'm speeding away from something.
Do you want to know what you're speeding away from?
I'm swearing a lot, saying those mother effers, I'll show them. I don't know.
Good. What do you notice next?
I'm smoking, which is crazy because I don't like smoking at all.
Oh, that is interesting. What does the car look like? What kind of car? What does the interior look like?
I can't. I don't know what kind. I don't know cars, so I couldn't tell you what kind of car this is.
What do you notice next? Do you know where you're going?
I don't know. I'm hearing vaguely Los Angeles.
Interesting. You think you're on your way to Los Angeles, leaving a bad situation?
I feel like I'm trying to prove something to somebody.
Interesting.
Like I'm going there to prove something.
Do you get the sense of what you're trying to prove by going there?
No, I think maybe I want to be a photographer.
Oh, interesting. Do you get the sense that people doubted your ability to do that? And so you're saying, I'll show you?
I think so.
Interesting. Wow. Would you like to stay in this life and see what happens next?
I got Los Angeles in my mind, but now the way I'm driving, it looks a lot like what it looked like when I drove into Colorado Springs, where you're in Kansas, and it's like nothing, but then the scenery shifts. Colorado Springs, I think, is pretty close to Kansas. I don't know. That's just kind of like the road I'm on. The road that I remembered being on right before we drove it. I've been to Colorado Springs, and that's kind of where I feel like I'm driving into. Maybe Los Angeles is the ultimate destination, but I'm going here first. But I don't know if it's Colorado Springs. It just looks like it.
Well, let's go to where something important is happening, something significant in this new lifetime that you're looking at now.
Something in this life?
Yeah, in this new lifetime that you're looking at now, the one where you're driving.
I feel like I'm in a warehouse, maybe a studio, and I'm fighting with somebody. But now I'm looking at myself from a third person.
You're an observer again? You feel that dimension sense again, or is that gone?
A little bit. Yeah, like now it's on my left. Now a vantage point is on my left. I'm at the edge of a dimension looking in. Yeah, I am sensing that change in perspective and that vantage point. Like very, very, very similar, just from this side instead of this side. And I'm arguing with somebody.
Do you get the sense of what you're arguing about?
Somebody threw something away, I think. And they're denying it or justifying it somehow. And I'm enraged by it and yelling at them, but I don't I can't hear it. It's just...
Yes, just the feeling. Yes. What else are you noticing?
I keep being drawn to like a garbage can over here.
Okay, what's going on with the garbage can?
Whoa, I feel like I just got a gruesome image of like a 10 fetus hidden in there.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe I'm yelling at this person for doing something horrible like that. What is going on? Why do I keep having all of these horrible things come up? Or seeing all of these terrible things.
We'll ask your higher self when we get to that point.
Like there's like a baby or a fetus in there. And I'm screaming at this person. It wasn't me. I think this other person did this.
Is that other person female or male?
I can't tell.
Okay. Do you get the sense that that was their baby, or what do you get the sense about that?
I'm not getting anything.
Good. Okay. That's fine.
I feel like I'm getting pulled out of this.
Good.
Now.
Okay. Where are you going? Where are you being pulled to? What are you noticing now?
I feel like I'm seeing the outside of a church, like a really big, fancy church. Something very similar I saw in Germany when I went with my mom and my cousin. I feel like I'm in that outside of that church.
Oh, wow. Look down at your feet in this particular life.
I see brown sandals, open-toed, a floral skirt, white with pink, like not a contiguous pattern. Very eclectic, with a blouse on. I think I'm older.
Okay.
Like,
you think you're the same photographer person?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm like,
do you think you
like
live
my like
there?
in my mom's body or something? I don't know.
Okay.
I can't. When I look at my arms, they just remind me of my mom's arms.
Interesting. Do you get the sense of if you're visiting there or if you live there?
I don't know.
Okay. What else are you noticing?
I feel like my cousin Ramona is there. Like I'm brought back to this memory of actually being there. And I remember my cousin Ramona is right here, wearing a pink shirt. And I feel like she's holding a baby, but there wasn't a baby the first time we went. She's caring for a baby in a stroller. And I'm just looking at her.
Interesting. What else are you noticing?
Just people going about their day.
Nice. What do you think is significant about this scene?
I don't know. I just keep getting pulled to look at Ramona and this baby. It's a boy baby. Her first baby was a girl, so she does have a boy now, but I would think that there would be other kids there.
Interesting.
She's just tending to him, adjusting his blanket. I'm just looking. I don't really sense any significance. I don't know why I'm looking at this.
All right. Well, let's drift and float and drift to when something important is happening, either in this lifetime you're looking at or another lifetime that you need to see today. You're there now. What are you noticing now?
I'm just looking at my feet. I don't know anything around me.
What do your feet look like?
Black and white. I guess it would be like a Converse like shoe, but they're not Converses.
Okay.
I see hairy legs.
Oh, you get the sense if you're a boy or girl in this particular scene?
I think so. I think I feel young. but old enough to have hairy legs,
Mm-hmm.
but probably just at puberty.
Mm-hmm. Look up the rest of your body. What do you have on the rest of your body for clothing?
It's interesting. I'm wearing the same clothes as the photographer, but now I'm in a different body.
Interesting.
That jean shorts and white shirt.
Mm-hmm.
But these clothes are too big on me, whereas they fit fine on my other person self.
Oh, wow.
These are like baggy.
Where are you?
I don't know. Maybe in a closet.
Interesting. What makes you have the sense that you're in a closet? What's
because
around
I
you?
don't sense that I have a lot of open space around me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm in a small space, even if I can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really see anything past my feet.
Okay, good.
I'm just looking down like, okay, here I am. What's this all about?